On the union of spirit and soul, their descent into material existence and return to God, the states of annihilation and subsistence, and the distinction between saints who remain absorbed in divine vision and those who return to guide creation. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful, glory to the one who joined light and darkness, who yoked the placeless, transcendent beyond all direction, to the place-bound that dwells within direction. He made darkness beloved to the light, so it fell in passionate love with her, mingling in perfect union. By this attachment the light's brilliance grew, and by the neighborhood of darkness its purity was perfected, like a mirror which, when one wishes to burnish it and reveal its delicate sheen, is first dusted with earth. Through adjacency to the earthy gloom its clarity appears, and by contact with the clay's density its splendor increases. Thus that light forgot the first vision of its own sanctity. Indeed, it became ignorant of itself and of the trains of being that accompany it, overwhelmed by gazing upon its dark beloved and enamored with the hillock frame. It joined the people of the left through that companionship and was cut off from the honors of the right by that proximity. If it remains hemmed in by this absorption and never breaks out into the expanse of unconditioned freedom, woe upon woe to it, for the very purpose of its creation is frustrated and the jewel of its preparedness is lost, so it strays a grievous wandering. But if the goodly end has been decreed for it and the supreme solicitude overtakes it, it will raise its head, recall what it lost, and turn back upon its tracks, crying, "To you my longing are my pilgrimage and visitation." Though other folk make pilgrimage to mere soil and stones, should it then be granted a second absorption in contemplation of the most holy desired one, along the finest of paths, and should turning toward the sacred presence become easy in the most perfect of manners, the darkness will trail after it and be subsumed beneath the triumph of its lights. When that absorption reaches the point that it utterly forgets the dark attachment and is wholly ignorant of itself and every concomitant of its existence, consumed in the vision of the light of lights, present with the desired one beyond the veils, it is ennobled with bodily and spiritual annihilation. If, after annihilation in him, it is also bestowed subsistence with that witnessed reality, the two poles of annihilation and subsistence are perfected for it, and the name of sainthood, walaya, applies in full. At that juncture its state does not escape one of two conditions: perpetual absorption, total engulfment in the witnessed one, everlasting consumption therein, or return to summoning creation to the sovereign truth, its inward being with God sublime, its outward being with the creatures. Then the light is freed from the darkness that had been folded within it when it turned toward the desired one, and by that deliverance it joins the people of the right. In reality it possesses neither right nor left, yet the right is fitter to its state and more consonant with its perfection, for it gathers the aspect of goodness while sharing with both sides in auspice and blessing, just as it is said concerning him, majestic is his majesty, "Both of my hands are right." That darkness, meanwhile, descends from that light into the station of servitude and the performance of obedience. By placeless light, we mean the Ruh, indeed its very quintessence. By direction-bound darkness, we mean the nafs. Likewise, the inward and outward bear the same intent. If someone were to say, "The saints who are described as completely consumed still perceive the world, turn toward it, and mingle with other human beings," what then does this consumption really mean? What is meant by their constant turning toward God? And in what way do they differ from those saints who return to creation and call it to the truth? We would reply as follows. Consumption and total turning signify that both the Ruh, spirit, and the nafs, ego soul, turn together toward the real, after the nafs has been fully absorbed into the lights of the Ruh, as was indicated earlier. Awareness of the world, seeing, hearing, moving, occurs through the senses, faculties, and limbs, which are merely the detailed extensions of the nafs. The summarized core of the nafs is now lost within the lights of the ruh, wholly occupied with contemplating the beloved, while its outward details persist in their former perception without the slightest fatigue. By contrast, the saint who returns to the world has a nafs that, after becoming serene, emerges from those lights for the sake of summoning others. At that moment it acquires renewed affinity with the world, and through that affinity its call is placed within reach of those who hear it. The nafs is connected to the physical heart, and that heart is connected to the ruh by means of the all-embracing subtle reality of the heart. Effusions from the spirit first reach the heart and the nafs in an undifferentiated stream. Only afterward, through the nafs, do they flow in detailed form to the other faculties and limbs. Thus, everything that appears outwardly in the senses already exists in concise form within the nafs. This makes plain the difference between the two groups. The first group are people of divine intoxication, the second are people of sobriety. Nobility attaches to the first, but superiority belongs to the second. The first station suits sainthood, walaya, and the second accords with prophethood. May God ennoble us with the honors of the saints and fix our feet upon perfect following of the prophets. Blessings and peace upon our prophet, upon them, and upon every righteous servant until the day of judgment. This scribe, the suppliant, though Persian and unskilled in Arabic, has set these lines to paper in Arabic phrases, following the noble letter you dispatched. Peace is the seal of speech. Reference of Volume 1, Letter 22. It clarifies the tie between the ruh, spirit, and the nafs, soul, their ascents and descents, explains bodily and spiritual annihilation, fanā'r, and subsistence, baqāʼ, sets forth the station of calling others to God, and distinguishes between saints who are wholly absorbed and those who return to summon creation. Sent to Sheikh Abd al-Majid, son of Sheikh Muhammad, the Mufti of Lahore,